Oh damn. Okay, wait. I'm gonna defend my Pulcra. I feel like Pulcra should be on tier 0.5. Give it more time because these characters literally just came out. Tier 1 and below is unusable because they cannot clear the game. But that's not the case for Zenless Zone Zero. They 100% misunderstood what tier lists are. The HSR mindset is it's like literally brain rot, bro. What's up guys, Hyun here. So today we are here to talk about something very interesting, and a lot of people are losing their minds even though they should not be losing their minds. I don't know why. But we are here with chat today. I'm live streaming right now on twitch.tv/Hyun live, and also I'm live streaming on YouTube multi-streaming. So you can watch me on whatever platform you want it to be. But yeah, today we're gonna look at the new tier list that Pridewen just released. It's been a while since we got a Zenless Zone Zero tier list update, especially on Pridewen, since there's really nothing going on. Like, especially on 1.5, there's no big changes that is happening, just the normal stuff. But actually today we have some big stuff, big changes that actually happened, and the internet is angry about it. Without further ado, let's just go into it, The tier list. Okay, tier list for 1.6. Okay, see, already on the very front text of Pridewen, please keep in mind that Zenless Zone Zero is a skill-based game. Guys, HSR player, skill-based game. Not turn-based game, it's skill-based game. It means that it has combat expressive where you can dodge, you can parry, and you will not get hit if you know what you're doing. Not like turn-based where you can literally get hit because it's turn-based, you cannot dodge. But yeah, skill-based game, and each character has different playstyle, difficult level, and even special tricks and combos. Zenless Zone Zero is also a team-based game, and it only by combining both these factors to the highest level of character can reach optimal performance. That means, okay, to dumb it up for you guys, especially HSR players, it means that even if you play the weakest character, you can still play it. There's no limiting factor about this. There's no limiting factor about Zenless Zone Zero. It's a skill-based game, and it's also a team-oriented game. Okay? So put down your pitchforks before you freaking lost your minds. So let's actually look at the big stuff. Changelogs. Basically all the things that happen that is gonna be very juicy. Okay, with the release of Silver Zero and B and the accumulated data over the number of phases since our last update, we are making substantial changes to the tier list, especially the damage category in recent phase of shield defense, and a divide between damage character currently in Apex tier has emerged. To address this, we are introducing tier 4, reorganizing the tiers and adjusting the ratings of some characters. After the release of Miyabi, Evelyn, and now Silver Zero and B, it's clear the bar for damage dealers has been set higher. To reflect this reality, we adjust the ratings of some other damage dealers down the tier list with said members that no means bad but unable to clear endgame content. They simply don't destroy it quite well as some pace of most recent additions to damage dealing roster. Okay, to dumb it down, basically Miyabi has become the highest ceiling DPS. So with the new current DPS after Miyabi, Evelyn, and Soldier Zero and B, now we have like a good data to actually put the characters, especially the old characters, on what tier list they are, especially based on damage and also the environment they're in, especially on shield defense. To ensure the tier list still makes sense, each character in tier list with peers that reflects a similar power level, we introduce an additional tier 4 and shuffle the majority of characters down the tier list. In addition to these changes, we also adjusted the meta line, indicating that a niche character and what is meta character from sitting between tier 1.5 and tier 2 to sit between tier 2 and tier 3 instead. The goal of these changes isn't to drop every character on the tier list is to ensure that each character is grouped with other characters that is similar power level, something that previous iteration of tier list wasn't quite achieving. It also makes sense why the tier list is not achieving the power level is doesn't make sense. It's because literally before Miyabi, there's no damage ceiling. Like we don't have a clear highest damage character. We don't have something to base on basically. But now that Miyabi is out, and Miyabi is basically the damage ceiling now, basically the characters that release after Miyabi, it also makes sense that the tier list is actually making sense now. It's also adjusting, especially what Pridewin says here. You know what? Let's just see the tier list on what actually happened to the tier list. Okay? Makes sense that there's no really change. Miyabi still taking the tier 0 spot, and then these two is still on the tier 0 spot. It makes sense. Astra and also Caesar, one of the most broken support that we have right now, giving off big buffs and also big shield with buff and also debuff. Yep. I'm still like very surprised that Lycon is on tier 0.5. Tier 0.5 Lycon is like, damn. Like you don't see that much Lycon, but you know Lycon have big impact, especially on Miyabi team. You know? Especially Ellen team, even though Ellen is not in this in the Apex characters, but damn, NB Soldier Zero on tier 0.5. So I'm guessing the reason why she's here and not on tier 0 is because Miyabi is just too strong, and she's also like very reliant on team with Aftershock. Even though you can actually use her with Xingyi. She will be very good with Xingyi, even though you don't have like Aftershock stunners. And I'm guessing for now she's in this. Oh, there's actually chance that she might be tier 0 when trigger come out. But I don't know if that will happen. That's just my headcanon. That might happen. Just a random prediction that I will throw. But imagine if Ambi goes to tier 0 because of trigger. And also, it makes sense. Bernice still tier 0.5. Honestly, like you cannot beat this girl. She's literally one of the best sub DPS that we have right now. And she cannot beat, bro. Like she doesn't have any competition, especially on the game. You can use her on like almost 50% of the team in Zenless. And of course, we have Evelyn and also Yanagi. Damn. Makes sense, Yanagi. Yanagi's damage is so underrated that nobody's talking about it. That's how OP she is. Especially when with Miyabi's team. You're like using 2 DPS when you're using these two on the same team. I mean, I guess they are labeled as DPS. I don't know what I'm saying, but there's no changes on the support 2 for tier 0.5. Makes sense. M6 Lucy and M6 Nicole for the defense shred. Amazing. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, damn. Okay, wait. Let's look at this first. Okay. Okay. Wait. So you guys can see it. Damn. Damn. Oh my god. I already saw this, but I'm still surprised. Holy. Okay. Let's talk about the biggest thing that we have right now. The biggest change. And we saw this on the change log. Basically, Jane Doe gone down. Jane Doe is not tier 0.5 anymore. She's tier 1. And she's on the meta characters. And I'm gonna say this right now. It makes sense. Jane Doe right now cannot compete with these 3 characters. I don't know about Soldier Zero and B because I don't have her, but she cannot defeat these 3. She's being carried by Bernice right now. I feel like Jane Doe is that one character where at first she's very unique character, and when the other characters has been released, now she's being like forgotten. Even though she still have that, like her unique characteristic is not unique anymore. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but her kit is not that special anymore, especially as new characters release. Miyabi, Evelyn, even like we have like new anomalies coming up next patch. Feel like Jane Doe, it makes sense that Jane Doe is like lower down tier 1. But it doesn't mean that she cannot clear. She's actually one of, if not one of the best DPS still in the game. You know? She's still one of the best. I still use her in DA and she deals like 30k, bro. Honestly, I'm quite sad that Jane Doe doesn't have a good environment on sheer defense lately. And even though I use her on sheer defense, I can see that she does have slow clear time. And I'm gonna be 100%. I will blame the sheer defense environment for that one because it doesn't favor her at all. And lately, there's no physical favor at all. I think they have some on the TA, but not on sheer defense. I cannot talk about Zuyuan because I don't have Zuyuan, but I feel like it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. I just don't see Zuyuan can compete with the tier 0.5. I feel like Zuyuan is too reliant on on her team. You know, she's too reliant on her team, and I feel like she only have two to four flexible team that you can use, like two supports. You can also use her with Anbi and also Nicole, like a rank Anbi stunner if you don't have Chingy. But honestly, she doesn't have that much impact anymore, even though she still melts enemies. By the way, she still melts enemies. Bro, she's too OP on like DA also, especially on the Ether weakness, the assault. And look at this, my girl Koleida standing on her business. Oh wait, before we talk about Koleida, let's get this out of the way first. This girl, Piper. Can we give Piper a clap because she's literally people, especially CCs. I saw some CT like especially me like Mr. Pokey saying shit about Piper, like not being the same level as Jane Doe. I actually wanna make a video about like Piper versus Jane Doe. I cannot do it because I still haven't like built Piper, but I know Piper can compete with Jane Doe. The only difference between them is that Jane Doe can continuously do assaults. Okay, the gap for them is very big. If Piper is M0, but the gap is very like small now, especially if Piper have M6, and Jane Doe and Piper also shares the same team comp, which is like they're gonna compete. They're 100% gonna compete. And yeah, let's go back on our girl now, Koleida. I always say this, Koleida is one of the best, especially. And a lot of people are, and bro, I keep saying this. Don't look down on my girl, Koleida. Like, Koleida is actually one of the most helpful characters that you have. If you have her, especially if you lose a lot of 50-50 and you got her M stuff or Mindscape, she's literally can save you, bro. I use her with Evelyn team. God damn, she helps me a lot. I use her with other teams, like I use her with Ellen when I don't have Lycon. Like I use her with Soldier 11. She's very helpful, bro. She's too underrated. And people are looking down on her, bro. Don't look down on her, bro. Just literally, bro, she's standing her ground. Her place on this tier list doesn't even change at all. She's still on the tier 1 like place, and she doesn't even move. She's still one of the best stunner if you don't have the limited stunner on the game, basically. Okay, this Pulchra. I'm quite sad that Pulchra. Okay, I know this doesn't make sense, but I feel like Pulchra should be on tier 0.5. Okay? She should be on tier 0.5. And also, putting her on tier 1, I know it sounds dumb as fuck when I say it, but they should put her on tier 0.5 or at least give her a chance on tier 0.5 and give it more time because these characters literally just came out. I know the people that's gave the information about this character have like early access on the character, but give it more time. And I feel like Pulchra M6 will be the same spot as Lycon because I just cannot see Pulchra being on tier 1 because she's literally a semi DPS stunner, especially on M6. Like Pulchra M6 is a different character than M0 Pulchra. And I don't know why she's on tier 1. And I'm gonna defend my Pulchra. I feel like Pulchra should be on tier 0.5. I'm gonna say it. Pulchra should be on tier 0.5, especially on Soldier Zero team right now where she can be used. Damn. Poor Pulchra on tier 1. Poor Pulchra. Okay. Marina goes down. She's now on tier 1 based on this sign. I don't really have anything to say about Rina. Rina is like a very solid support. She can give you pen. Yeah, that's it. The thing is, I only use Rina on my Miyabi when I wanna have like disorder battery. So I only use Rina on the Miyabi team. So I don't really have anything to say about Rina. But actually, I feel like this would be a very different place if Rina have M2, because Rina M2 is like too OP. Rina M2 is too big of a value, you know. So Kaku still on her ground, tier 1. I think she deserves it, honestly. After the things that is happening, especially when I tried Ellen Supreme team with Sokaku and Miyabi with Sokaku, yeah, I feel like Sokaku deserves this. Deserves this place. A lot of people are complaining about Sokaku having a very slow attack, and also very slow, like, you know, when you use her, she's very slow, very clunky. That's a lot of people complain about her. Yeah, I will say she's very clunky, but she's actually very useful since her buff duration is like 30 seconds, right? It's like 30 seconds duration, or around 30 seconds. She has the longest buff time from what I know. And honestly, very solid, so I support. She's a very solid eye support for Ellen Miyabi. She don't have like support for like Miyabi, especially for Ellen. And actually, she can also be a support on the new character that is coming up right now, Hugo, which is the new attack character that will power creep my girl Ellen. Speaking of Ellen, what happened to you, Ellen? What the heck happened to you, Ellen? You're now on tier 1.5. Damn. And I hate to say this, it makes sense. She just cannot compare with Zuyuan. Like, especially at the very start of the game, I just cannot compare Zuyuan on with Ellen, because I really like Ellen, that's why I pulled for her. But if I'm gonna play Zenless Zone Zero again at the very start, I'm thinking about highest damage character. I will always pick Zuyuan and not Ellen. I know I always glaze Ellen. She's still a good character. She still can clear. I mean, I did it. I prove it. I cleared tower. I cleared cleared DA. I cleared Shiyu with Ellen easily. Few restarts here and there. But I just cannot compare. I just cannot compare her with Zuyuan. Especially, I cannot compare her with Jane Doe, which is like Jane Doe, the most easy, one of the most easiest character that we have right now. I mean, not really anymore because Miyabi is here, but still, at that time, Jane Doe, where she's the most easiest character. So, Ellen is just not comparable. Honestly, I don't know if she's comparable to Piper, but right now, we will see if there's any updates on this tier list, because I kinda like, you know, it makes sense that Ellen is here. Anby, I don't really have anything to say. It's been a while since I used Anby. I feel like, yeah, you cannot really compare Anby with Koleda and Pulcra. Their value is just too big for Anby. And honestly, yeah, like I said, I don't have anything to say about Anby since it's been a while since I used her. So we're gonna skip her. Harumasa. Poor Harumasa. He really got a doctor ratio treatment where he released them for free, and he got thrown in a trash. But the difference is Harumasa got thrown in a trash for one patch. It only took one patch, where Dr. Ratio like literally took like 3 patch until like Dr. Ratio is down on the ditch. Harumasa only took one patch. That's a freaking speed run. That's a world record, bro. Harumasa, bro. Speed run. Let's go. That's the only thing you good at. Speed running the tier list. And honestly, I agree with this. As much as I like Harumasa, I will defend I will still defend Harumasa, okay? But no glazing, holy. Harumasa, it's just, what can you do, Harumasa, bro? What can you do? Like, you're too high maintenance, you're too difficult to play. I mean, it's not that difficult to play, but still, like, you need to keep up, you basically need to lock in to play him. I know it's easy to count, but we're gacha players. We don't know how to count. We're playing gacha game. Oh my god, for Christ's sake, bro. We're playing gacha games. And that's what I'm put out with like Harumasa's gameplay, because I just don't wanna use him. And there's really no point to use Harumasa when you have Yanagi, and especially if you're gonna pull for Soldier Anby. And that's, oh my god, that's what that's what a lot of people are saying, that are pulling for Soldier Zero Anby. I will say this, I feel like 50% of players who pulled for Soldier Zero and B is the people that don't wanna use Harumasa. And that's why Harumasa is down here because NB clear you, my boy. NB cleared Harumasa. But hey, even though I keep saying that, oh my god, Harumasa got cleared and she got power creep hard, Harumasa is still OP. Harumasa can easily clear. I will say this, Harumasa can easily clear the end game right now. And like the power creep doesn't even matter because there's no problem about it. This power creep, yes, the power creep is big as heck, but it's no problem. There's still no problem about it. So we still cannot complain. But Harumasa mains will complain because that's what they do, I guess. Okay, Soldier 11 same as Harumasa. Even since like Evelyn came out, like Soldier 11's value came down. I hope, okay, here's the thing. I hope Soldier 11 at least goes up to tier 1.5 when Trigger comes out. Because I know her value will go up when Trigger is here in the tier list. Because I know Trigger will be on tier 0, bro. I'm gonna crash out if Trigger is not on tier 0. I'm honestly gonna crash out. Okay, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Soldier 11. I don't really have any complaints about Soldier 11. My only complaint about her is her outfit. Change that shit, man. Change that ugly ass uniform, bro. Like Trigger literally have more drip than you. Your sister literally have your big sister literally have the biggest drip than you. And you are the honored one from the silver like experiment or something. You are the chosen one and they gave you this ugly ass uniform. Change that shit, bro. That's me. You know what? If they don't change this outfit, I will put you, Soldier 11, on tier 3. And I will stay on that. I will stay on that statement, okay? I will stay on that statement. I will put you on tier 3 if you don't change your outfit, bro. And I don't hate Soldier 11. I keep saying this. I don't hate Soldier 11. I just hate her uniform. Change that shit, bro. Change that shit. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this Soldier 11 rant now. Or Soldier 11 uniform rant. Sad. I don't have anything to say. And it also makes sense why it comes down because, oh my god. Seth, your mommy goes down. So you're gonna come down too, okay? Your value is just goddamn. Even though you gives a good ass anomaly buff or anomaly build of buff, you're not being used anymore because holy, there's a lot of characters that can do what you do. Or like there's a lot of characters that can overpower your buff. But you honestly, Seth carried me. I'm not gonna hate that much about Seth. Seth is literally still my team for my Jane Doe. She's still one of my team for Jane Doe, especially if I cannot use Bernice on Shiyu. If there's like fire weakness and I can only use Jane Doe and electric character, I guess Seth. That's what I'm gonna use. Seth is still kissing with Jane Doe. I will still let you guys hug, I guess, on the meta characters. Okay, niche characters, Billy, Grace, Nekomata, I have no anything to say about this. Anton, of course, on the ditch. Corin, on the ditch also. Ben, on the ditch. And hey, I'm gonna say this. I don't know, guys, if you guys don't know this, even though they're niche characters, holy, the others Big Ben DPS can clear your tier 0.5 characters easily. DPS Big Ben can clear your tier 0.5 characters easily. Can clear easily than these characters. Your ugly ass drives on your tier 0.5 characters. DPS Ben can clear them, okay? Corin can clear them, okay? Solo Billy can clear them. Billy without any support can clear them. I'm just saying, bro. Ben should be here. Ben should be here, not support. Ben should be a DPS. And actually quite sad that Nekomata didn't go up. I hope they gave more time about Nekomata because Pulcra is actually so good with Nekomata, even on the trailer that we did for Pulcra. But honestly, I feel like her damage output is just not that great. Grace also, I don't know what happened to Grace. I don't have Grace, so I cannot say anything about her. But I can give opinion about Billy, Ben, and freaking Corin because these three are like one of those hidden gems that people just ignore because they don't want to use them. Okay, they just don't want to use them, even though they're OP. Like Billy should be on tier 0. Like Damn, Billy should be on tier 0 next to Miyabi because holy, solo Billy players are just on a different level. Especially DPS Ben. DPS Ben should be on tier 0.5. DPS Ben can clearly like kick the asses of Soldier Zero and be Evelyn, Yanagi, even Bernice. Even though Bernice is a sub DPS, like DPS Ben can easily clear them. And by the way, Big Ben doesn't like Big Ben doesn't take damage. Hey, because he's a shield character. Cannot take damage. What does Ben do? What do you mean? What do you mean Ben disrespect? I don't disrespect Ben, bro. I literally said Ben is the most OP character that we have right now. And guys, you might think that I'm kidding, but look, go to YouTube right now. Look up DPS Ben. Okay, wait. What? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay? DPS Ben. Easy. Look at this. 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 Okay. One more. One more. One more. One more. Solo Billy. Look at this. Oh, floor 100. Hello? Huh? What is this? Critical 7. Critical 7. 1 minute and 20. 1 minute and 20 without team. Solo Billy. Solo Billy. See, Solo Billy. Billy versus the hardest shield defense. Deadly Assault. Solo Billy. Deadly Assault. Hello? Oh, look at this. What? And you're saying Billy is in tier 0 when Billy can clearly kill your Miyabi, bro? Like, bro, Miyabi cannot do that. Even my Miyabi cannot clear 1 minute and 40 seconds without any battery, bro. Hey, I'm just gonna say this. The only reason why they are on the niche characters, why they are on tier 3 and tier 4, because no one care about them. And you know who cares about them? Is those niche players that like Ben, that like Billy, and like Corinne. Because these three musketeers are literally can destroy the tier list power scaling if a lot of people use them. If a lot of people use them, this tier list is messy as heck, okay? This tier list is gonna be mess. If a lot of people care about Ben would not be on support. Ben would not be on support. Ben would be a DPS. I'm gonna say this right now. Fuck Ben. Fuck Ben's buff and shield. Okay? Fuck all of those things. Like, Big Ben should be a DPS. Big Ben should be a DPS. Because his damage is much higher than, or much valuable than his support. Billy, don't change about anything about Billy. Just stay where you are. Stay where you are. You will be on tier 0 if there's actually a lot of people cares about you and play you. Okay, especially on M6. And hey, let me tell you right now, Billy will get S rank 100%. If not, I don't know what will happen, but I might raid Zenless Zone Zero or hoyoverse corp or something they're building, because if they don't put S rank Billy and S rank Billy is not on tier 0, I don't know what will happen, man. I don't know what will happen, man. I don't know what will happen. There's a reason why they are on niche characters, because they can clear her tier 0 and tier 0.5 characters that you have right now, especially on your account, okay? But yeah, that's all. Will Billy gain a third gun? What is this, Zoro, bro? Freaking Zoro. 3 weapons. Billy's gonna use a gun on his mouth or something. He doesn't even have mouth. Alright, what do you guys think? Chat right now. What do you guys think? If Sokaku is on field, you're probably doing something wrong. Yup. Actually, Remino, you're right about that, and you're also wrong about that. Because I don't know if you know about this. I don't know if you know about this guy, but honestly, look at this. 1 minute clear with level 50 Sokaku. Who does that? Who what? Like, hey, I'm just gonna say something, bro. I'm just gonna say something. I'm gonna say this right now, okay? My thoughts about this tier list. Like I said, I tweeted about this. I actually tweeted about this, okay? Where is it? I replied on a tweet. On this tweet. Hey, ZZZ, what are we doing? They are like what is happening on the tier list and stuff. And Finite said, we characters in game 1 that tends to hurt games meta rather than help them. Besides, it's mostly a pride in having bad ranking issues, not a Zenless Zone Zero one. First of all, pride and have bad ranking issues on HSR. Don't compare it on Zenless Zone Zero, because on Zenless Zone Zero it actually makes sense because it's a combat free, and you don't see any Genshin players complain about their tier list, because they know that a lot of characters on Genshin, especially since the game is combat expressive, they don't complain about tier list since they know those characters that they have, even though they're old, they can still clear the end game. They can still clear the end game. Okay? And here's what I said. The thing is, the tier list makes sense. Like the tier list that we just did from Pride Win this one makes sense. But people that players think is HSR, where tier 1 and below is unusable. Basically, they're saying like I think what they're thinking, since they are HSR players, tier 1 and below is unusable because they cannot clear the game. But that's not the case for Zenless Zone Zero. They 100% misunderstood what tier lists are. Like, their mindset about tier list, HSR players, their mindset about tier lists are fucked. Okay? They're fucked. Because they got so used by the HSR tier list, where tier 1 below is just trash. That's what they think. Okay, let's actually look at Honkai Star Rail tier list, okay? To show you what I'm talking about, okay? Look at this. Look at this. All of these characters, this is what they care about, because they think these characters can clear the game easily. These characters they don't care about. Dr. Ratio, they say he's trash, even though he's not. Kafka is trash because he's DOT, even though he's not. Boothill is underrated. I'm not gonna say anything. Underrated also. Jing Yuan is trash. He got carried by Sunday. They all think these characters are unusual and cannot clear the game because their endgame are literally the endgame's environment are literally in this category. And also they don't freaking play the game. They don't know how to play the game. And they got trash mindset now that when they look at Zenless Zone Zero tier list, they think tier 01 Jane Doe is comparable to Piper, is trash now. Ellen is trash now. Zuyuan is trash now. Harumas is trash now. Soldier 11 is trash now. No, it's not trash. All characters in Zenless Zone Zero right now can just clear endgame content. I did not add the word still, because they can clear the endgame 100%. And there are vids to prove it, like I showed you guys earlier. All characters in the game, especially when the game have combat expressive, where you can dodge and parry, the character should be clearing the end game. There's only a problem when a character cannot clear the end game, even though you have combat expressive. We can only complain about the state of the game and the tier list that comes out to it when Ellen literally cannot clear the end game anymore. If Zeon cannot clear the end game anymore, if Jane Doe cannot clear game anymore, like Piper cannot, I guess Piper sure, Harumasa cannot clear the game anymore, Soldier 11 cannot clear anymore, even this Grace, Nekomata, Billy, Anton, like Corinne, Ben, like, but what do you see, guys? What do you see when you go to YouTube right now? What do you see when you see like Zenless Zone Zero runs? You see a lot of niche characters like Billy, Big Ben clearing the new shield defense. They are clearing it easily, by the way, easily. They like other characters, Zuyuan, Ellen can still clear the game easily without any, I mean, there's still, you know, it will be a little bit hard, but it's still clearable. And by the way, you cannot do this on HSR right now. This is why HSR mindset on Zenless Zone Zero tier lists are fuck, okay? Because if you go to MOC, HSR MOC, there's no niche characters anymore, and there are only some like this one. This is just only 4-star. There's still niche characters, by the way. But some players cannot do this because they don't know how to play the game. They don't know how to play the game. Because this game is a turn-based game. You need to think. Okay? This serves my point. The latest characters are clear, like the tier 1, not tier 1, but tier 0, tier 0.5 characters is the videos that we see on the game, especially on MOCs. Oh my god, spoilers. But do you see what I mean, guys? The HSR mindset is like literally brain rot, bro, especially on other games. And HSR players just cannot build the game. Like, they just cannot build characters, bro. And they think they can like say shit about like the tier list and the state of a game that have actually have combat expressive. and they tweet something like this, like, "Hey ZZ, what are we doing?" Like, when the tier list is completely right, these tier lists are completely right. Of course, there are some that, there should be like some characters that it should be deserving on the tier list, or higher tier list, or like lower tier list, of course. But all of these characters can still clear the end game. But you cannot say that the same as HSR, because their mindset has been so, like, they got so brain rot by these characters that cannot clear the end game, or cannot clear the end game like very easy anymore. Okay? You just cannot attack and think that like enemies can die easily. When you have like dodge and parry, even if you use Billy, just don't get hit. Even if you get Ben, just get hit because of the skill. He can shield up the attacks. Corin, just don't get hit. Just dodge. Anton, just dodge, and they can clear the end game. So I just don't like this. This blew up. This blew up. Like, a lot of people are like saying, "Damn, Jando is trash now." Like, the end game is like changing fast, or like the power creep is happening so fast on Zenless Zone Zero. It should be like, power creep should be happening on Zenless Zone Zero very fast, because there's actually a skill expressive when it comes to HSR, where it's turn based, and they can only change the way you play on how you upgrade the characters, how you build the characters, and actually how you use your team, how you maintenance your stats, especially speed tuning and stuff, learning about advanced turn or something. I forgot the terms, but you actually need to learn. But on Xenon Zero, you just need to know two things: parry and dodge. That's all you need to learn about Xenon Zero. And I guess third thing, you need to learn about the characters too, I guess. But that's just, normal thing to do. You need to learn about character. That's just bare minimum. But yeah, anyways, that's all about I need to yap about this tier list. Honestly, I'm just gonna say this. Yes, it's surprising the tier list have a big changes, but it makes sense. You guys should not misunderstood this tier list as something bad is happening on Zone Zero, where there's actually not bad, or like the situation for Zone Zero is actually there's nothing really going on. Like, the power creep, it didn't affect the game. I guess Miyabi affect the game because of the character ceiling, but we don't ever since Miyabi came out, we don't really have problem from Evelyn. We didn't really have any problems from Soldier Zero, right? Didn't have any problem. So hey, that means that the thing is doing good. The whole system is running fine. But yeah. Anyways, that's all for today's tier list. I think that's all. That's all I wanna say about this whole thing that is happening in the space. Just calm down. There's nothing going on about Zenless Zero. There's no power creep problem or anything. There's no bad things that are happening yet. Of course, there's something gonna happen in the future, but we will see how the devs are gonna tackle it. But right now, we should not be focusing around tier lists affecting your how you get characters. I always say this: if you want to get a character, get it, because at this point, there's really no point on whoever you get in this game, because every character that you pick can clear the game. Okay? You just need to learn dodge, parry, and build your character properly. Because if you don't, just be an HSR player at this point if you don't build your characters right. Anyways, that's all I wanna say. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Subscribe, bye boy.